Today, I'm going to walk you through the 7 deadly habits that quietly destroy your manifesting power. If you recognize these habits in your life and remove them, you'll stop pushing abundance away and finally open the door to everything you've been asking for. But before we dive in, listen, if you're serious about breaking free of these blocks, I've created something special for you. It's called the Free Mindset Transformation Kit. The link is right in the description. Download it and use it. It'll help to rewire your thinking and put these lessons into practice. All right, let's get started. Here's something most people never stop to realize. The only place life actually happens is right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Right now. But what do most people do? They spend their days replaying old memories, beating themselves up for mistakes, or worrying about a future that hasn't even arrived. And then they wonder why nothing changes. The law of attraction doesn't respond to your past. It doesn't respond to your anxious thoughts about the future. It responds to the vibration you're holding in this very moment. That's why if your mind is constantly anywhere except here, you're leaking energy. You're sending out a scattered, confused signal. And the universe can only mirror back confusion. I remember when I first started teaching, I would meet people who said, "I'm stuck because of what happened to me years ago." Or they'd say, "I can't focus on creating because what if I fail in the future?" And I'd ask them, "Where are you right now? Are you still living 10 years ago? Are you already living 10 years from now? Or are you sitting in this chair in front of me?" That question usually stops them cold. See, the present moment is powerful. It's the doorway. The problem is we treat it like a hallway we're rushing through on our way to somewhere else. But manifestation doesn't wait for later. It's birthed in the now. So if you want to break this deadly habit, you've got to start practicing presence. Catch yourself when you drift into old regrets or future worries. Bring your awareness back here, even if it's just for 30 seconds at a time. The more you do it, the stronger you'll become at anchoring yourself in the present. And the stronger your present vibration, the stronger your attraction power. Here's a simple exercise. Next time you eat a meal, just eat it. Don't scroll on your phone. Don't daydream about work. Pay attention to the taste, the smell, the texture. That simple act of awareness trains your mind to live in the moment. And in the moment is where all creation begins. This one is sneaky and deadly. Many people carry around what I call a pain identity. They define themselves by their wounds. You hear it in how they talk. "I'm a victim of divorce. I'm a survivor of abuse. I've always been unlucky. Bad things always happen to me." Now, I'm not diminishing anyone's experiences. Pain is real. But here's the truth. When you fuse your identity with your suffering, you build an ego prison. You chain yourself to that story, and as long as you wear it like a badge, the universe has no choice but to keep feeding you the same script. I've met people who had real trauma, unspeakable things, and yet the ones who eventually stepped into abundance, who rebuilt their lives, were the ones who chose to stop being only their pain. They acknowledged it, yes, they healed, but they didn't keep repeating it as their identity. Imagine if a seed judged itself forever by the darkness of the soil it was buried in. It would never sprout. Your past pain is the soil, but it's not your final form. Here's what you need to understand. You are not your wounds. You are not your failures. You are not your traumas. Those things happened, but they are not who you are. You are the awareness that experienced them, and that awareness is untouched, pure, infinite. When you let go of the pain identity, you shift from "I am broken" to "I am whole and I am growing." And the moment you do that, the law of attraction reflects back wholeness and growth. Now, letting go doesn't mean denying what happened. It means refusing to let it be the script of your life. Start affirming, "I am more than my past. I am the author of my future." Say it until it sinks in. And remember this, the wound may shape you, but it doesn't have to define you. Here's a habit that almost guarantees failure with the law of attraction: blame. When something goes wrong, most people instantly point the finger at their boss, at their spouse, at the economy, at the government, even at the universe itself. And by doing that, they reinforce the idea that they're powerless. victims, at the mercy of forces they can't control. But here's what you've got to see. Every time you blame, you hand over your power. You literally give away the one thing that could change your life, your ability to choose a new response. The law of attraction doesn't respond to blame. It responds to empowerment. It mirrors back whatever identity you're living from. If you say, "I'm powerless," the universe gives you more situations where you feel powerless. But if you say, "I am responsible," then suddenly you have the keys in your hands. Now, responsibility doesn't mean self-blame. It doesn't mean beating yourself up. Responsibility means the ability to respond. It means saying, no matter what happened, I choose how I move forward. That shift is where true power begins. Think of it this way. Let's say it's raining outside. You can spend the whole day blaming the weather, or you can pick up an umbrella and keep walking. Which one attracts better results? The umbrella, always the umbrella. The same goes for life. Blame keeps you stuck in the storm. Responsibility gives you the tools to keep moving. So here's what I want you to do. Catch yourself next time you're tempted to blame someone or something. Instead of saying, "It's their fault," ask, "How can I respond differently right now? What's within my control?" That one question flips the script from victim to creator. And when you step into the creator role, the universe begins to line up opportunities, insights, and solutions. Because that's what you're broadcasting. I am in charge of my life. Let me pause here for a moment. Because if you're starting to see yourself in these habits, if you recognize that you've been drifting into the past, holding on to pain, or living in blame, you've already taken the most important step: awareness. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. But don't stop there. Take action. Go to the description right now and download the free Mindset Transformation Kit. It's designed to help you rewire these patterns step by step so you can shift from self-sabotage to self-creation. One of the easiest traps to fall into is believing that your worth, your happiness, and your abundance are measured only by what you own. More money, more cars, more houses, more things. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not against material wealth. I've lived in poverty and I've lived in abundance. And I'll tell you straight, abundance is better. But here's the problem. When you become obsessed with possessions, when you believe your life will only begin once you get more, you block the deeper flow of the law of attraction. The universe doesn't just deliver stuff, it delivers states of being, joy, fulfillment, purpose. Material things are fine, but they're the byproduct, not the foundation. I've met wealthy people who were miserable because they were attached to their things. They lived in fear of losing them. They equated self-worth with net worth. And as long as that attachment ruled them, they never felt free. Real abundance is freedom. It's waking up and knowing that you're already enough. That possessions can add to your joy, but they don't define your joy. So if you catch yourself saying, "When I get X, then I'll be happy," stop right there. Flip it. Start with happiness. Start with gratitude. Start with alignment. The more you feel abundant now, the more abundance, yes, even in material form, will flow naturally into your life. Detach from the obsession, and you'll attract the very things you used to chase. Here's another deadly mistake: focusing so much on external achievements that you forget the essence of who you are. We live in a culture that worships doing, achieve more, hustle harder, check off the boxes. But in all that noise, most people lose touch with simply being. The law of attraction doesn't respond just to what you do, it responds to who you are. And if your identity is built only on external accomplishments, you're building on shaky ground. I learned long ago that there's a difference between success that looks good on the outside and success that feels good on the inside. One is hollow, the other is whole. So here's the invitation. Take time to reconnect with your essence. Sit in silence. Meditate. Ask yourself, not what am I doing, but who am I being? The deeper you go into that awareness, the stronger your magnetic field becomes. The essence of being is your true alignment with the universe. And when you ignore it, you're like a radio off tune, always buzzing with static, never clearly receiving. Tune back in, and you'll see how effortless manifestation can be. Let me tell you something profound. The universe runs on circulation. Energy flows like water. It has to move. When you give freely, you create space for new blessings to flow in. But here's where people sabotage themselves. They give with strings attached. They give expecting a return. They give but secretly keep score. That energy chokes the flow. The law of attraction responds to sincerity. If you give only to get, you're still broadcasting lack. You're saying, I don't have enough, so I'm giving just to take back. But when you give from a place of wholeness, when you share your time, your love, your resources simply because it feels right, you unlock a stream of abundance that always finds its way back to you. I've experienced this countless times. The more I gave without expectation, the more doors opened in my life. Opportunities, relationships, resources, they showed up unforced. So test this for yourself. Do something selfless today. Buy a stranger a coffee. Give your time without asking anything in return. Watch how light your energy feels afterward. That vibration is what attracts abundance. Give to give, not to get, and you'll get more than you ever imagined. Finally, the seventh deadly habit, running away from yourself. This is the one most people never talk about, but it's the root of everything. We spend so much energy distracting ourselves, scrolling endlessly, binging shows, filling every quiet moment with noise. Because deep down, we're afraid of what we'll find if we actually sit with ourselves. But here's the paradox. The law of attraction doesn't begin out there. It begins in here, in the self. If you avoid self-discovery, you avoid your power. Because self-discovery reveals your patterns, your limiting beliefs, your hidden strengths. Without that awareness, you'll keep attracting from the same unconscious scripts over and over. Self-discovery isn't always comfortable. You'll face shadows. You'll face truths you'd rather ignore. But once you shine light on them, they lose their power. You reclaim it. And once you reclaim your power, the universe reflects it back in miraculous ways. So stop running from yourself. Start the inward journey, journal, meditate. Ask yourself hard questions. That inner work is the soil in which manifestation grows. The law of attraction isn't some magic trick. It's a mirror. It reflects exactly who you are being right now. And if these habits are alive in you, you're sending out a signal of lack, fear, and resistance. But the good news? The moment you become aware of these habits, you can change them. You can reclaim your power. And when you do, you'll see how fast the universe responds. Now listen carefully. Don't let this be just another video you watch and forget. Awareness without action is wasted potential. Take the next step. Go to the description right now and download your free Mindset Transformation Kit. It will walk you through the daily practices to break these habits, rewire your subconscious, and align yourself with abundance. Remember, the universe is listening, always. Make sure it hears the right message. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So choose wisely. Become the vibration of abundance, and abundance will become your reality.